straight away my room El Clasico because I want any padded attention. El Clasico ba personally may enjoy El Clasico ne paye because I dear be an person who no El Clasico nim na atmosphere no charged the intensity will give nim how an attention it will give nim drama suspense and to be now expected from El Clasico and I think say na yetimi ehu ye se ompe no kra na ken obedi hu atie and no bi ohwe game ni bia no ebe testify to the fact say na Real Madrid better than Barcelona and Madrid deserve sa win we so we Barcelona support and program ditum say defeat ne be show de by say oh ye fair bibia wo game nim bia kire say na Madrid and deserve so mo win sa game and evidence e wo game nim bia ni show ye ken the first evidence e wo ho a ebe mo hu say Real Madrid deserve game we no the metrics because you football be area the one should be program the first thing about when on the internet no say why they dominate here when they create chances no so the first evidence it show say na Real Madrid for and they deserve win no the metrics the statistics it will give you Barcelona as usual dominate possession no that's 68%. Real Madrid 32%. But who dominate possession the most important thing about winning game here say apart from so dominating possession no I was also dominating the phases of play. Why na better in terms of attack? Why na better in terms of defense? And it's a what check the attack better. Do create chances ni do defend very well. Metrics no any facts ni na show say Real Madrid bobuku. Barcelona as usual dominating possession no. By kin your ball game ni na wie no. Na Real Madrid for any 23 attempt to score. Out of the 23 attempt to score, emu 10 on target. Big chances onyemu 4. Or touching ball nko 34 times our Barcelona box. And now check Barcelona so de na onya 5 shot on target. Emu mienu ye 2 big chances. And now touching ball nko 17 our Real Madrid 4 box. And it is all compare two clubs we in terms of attacker. Evidence no any facts and figures ni show say na Real Madrid 4 attack better mo create decent chances than Barcelona. In terms of defensive shape, na Real Madrid force are better. So the first evidence among who say na Real Madrid deserve win no, the metrics. A metrics nature say na Real Madrid for better than Barcelona. The second evidence I'll be who no, two teams no approach of the real game nim. Tactically, why na sound, why na approach in the system work the man no, and your all game in the area no. From a tactical standpoint, obi o share game ni bia na evidence ni clear say. Not tactically Real Madrid for your well prepared than Barcelona team no. And for once, I dear back where my Real Madrid winning game no. And Real Madrid don't want attack you. And you how without the ball. Real Madrid defend it very well. Now no Saturday I analyze the game make I say this season so what check Barcelona team now. Teams are omo tie Barcelona dream pan. Teams are omo press Barcelona for very well. Omo ma Barcelona for time and space on the ball. Omo Barcelona for build up no omo feeling uncountable. And the end game no idea ba kwa me hu say Real Madrid any Alonso ye ni ye tactically ye say. Omo combining nyoma mienu in terms of omo press. Madrid share with a man-to-man press. Man-to-man press say. Barcelona build up every single Real Madrid player bian e was omo press Barcelona player baako obi anfa baako and ye kind of man-to-man press. And omo say use ball oriented press. Ball na ekura Barcelona na making sure say ye be chase ball na ye ma ball na mba ye half bebree. Entienra Alonso and Real Madrid decided say on be combine man to man press and a ball oriented press. Enti time bia no omo close Barcelona players no omo say chase the ball. Enti ye share game na say no majority of the minutes no anytime bia Barcelona be build it up from man kasa half no ye hu say ada gule e kona nim bebree no akoka Mbappe hu say omo mom ebe press Barcelona center backs Abrante friend say Pau Kubasi and Eric Garcia na Ada Gule and Mbappe and press the two center backs of Barcelona. The moment Tabos ya close Barcelona center backs no o expect to say Barcelona deep central midfielders no I was so omne progressive on Frankie Dion and Pedri no on ba drop deep aba beje ball. The moment Frankie Dion ni Pedri be so be drop deep no e hon ye hu se Chouameni and Abrante friend say Jude Bellingham ebe close Barcelona two central midfielders no. So Barcelona build it up. Ya close you two center backs no. Ya close you two central midfielders no. The only outlet was Barcelona 8 use the video on attack no. I say on better the right back Eya Abrante friend say Kundi. On better the left back. Eya Abrante friend say Baudi. Omo na ye the only outlet. And no so mpokra no. Ye hu say Rema the force our committee Abrante friend say Kamavinga say. Anytime be about the Bajibo ni bia no ko wanim ne ko close no ko press Baudi on the left side. So Abrante friend say Kunde Jibo ni bia na. Eye Vinicius Junior ne be close no. So Rema the for air press Barcelona center back. Barcelona 2 central midfielders, right back and the left back. Ya close you na. So in a game no, majority of the minutes, Rema the 4 committees 6 players in terms of high pressing no. So the only way out for Barcelona so betim the ball na come him no. Say Barcelona be ball long ball. And in a game you say Barcelona ball long balls ni bebre. Enya Barcelona style of play. Can you ball game ni wie no. Na Barcelona about 28 long balls. Long balls ba 28 because of how ana Rema the 4 air pressing. And anytime the idea about Alonso yema manage ni say Alvaro Carreras and Fede Valverde na no more right back left back respectively no. And Alonso mo limit or forward movement because Rashford and Lamine Yamal. And anytime the Rema the 4 press high no. On time who Valverde. On time who Alvaro Carreras because I 2 players no. And the Bejina Marcus Rashford and Lamine Yamal. So in terms of say Barcelona 10 over Biana. So and now witness again no. You have a lot of Alvaro Carreras and Lamine Yamal battles because time no Alonso instructing the right back and the left back say Emamun committee mun come in bebre mun stay on Barcelona for wingers so it is a boy never pretend you are closing it down on to mean BT se Fermin Lopez now over number 10 okay onum pokra ba na ti say Obaba bejebo na the next thing I be say Rema the Bayern ye say or committee din housing say ono so fan follow Abrante friend say Fermin Lopez. So anytime be a Fermin Lopez be drop deep so Baba Jebo because Pedro intimi fa ball name back, Frankie Dion intimi fa back, and the duty of the number 10. Say what's all drop the Bejebo no. Now you say we said in housing. Say close Fermin Lopez. And now in I get them for Barcelona to create decent chances. Say Umbe flooded Rema the 4 penalty box him. That's the reason why I came. At the end of the 90 minutes, Barcelona 4 untouchable ni bebre or Rema the 4 penalty half no. Onim say obi to Lamine Yamal. Ne 9 ka ball 3 pe Rema the penalty boxing. Lamine Yamal. Ne 9 ka ball 3 e Rema the 4 penalty boxing. Fermin Lopez. Ne 9 ka ball 3 e Rema the penalty boxing. Ferran Torres. Ne 9 ka ball 3 e Rema the penalty boxing. Marcus Rashford. Ne 9 ka ball 3 e Rema the penalty boxing. So ask yourself why. Say for once, Barcelona and Timmy flooded Rema the 4 penalty boxing because of how Ana Rema the 4 press Barcelona. Can you go to a time? Barcelona to me beat Rema the 4 press no. But again, Rema the to me decided say on best city deep and deep no almost city no. Alonso now or smart because now or well prepared for this game. Only him say almost city deeper. Or Kamavinga mum ebe se Fede Valverde dabreho as a right wing back. Now I'm Fede Valverde are operating as a right centre back. No Abeka 2 centre backs no. Now Alvaro Carreras are operating as a left wing back. And to almost city deeper a 5 at the back. 5 at the back no. Now I'm a branch friend said to me, I protected the zone 14 right in front of the 5 back. Then a branch friend said Vinicius Junior and Jude Bellingham ebe move centrally. Only the reason why Omo yes adieno. Omo force Barcelona say Ombenya just one channel of attack because Omo close the central area. So Barcelona jibo be what's what they call wide. What they call wide means so Rema the 4 close Omo down. No Omo protecting inferior. So at the time Ompokra Rema the city deep no. Now, quiet thing at the Barcelona said, "Ombe breaking Rema the 4 a defensive line." That's the reason why the entire 90 minutes came. Barcelona touch ball 17 pe or Rema the penalty boxing, all because of how Rema the 4 a defender. So the major reason, Emma Madrid they win the game no, without the ball. How we press how we city deep, and how I know me very disciplined on the field of play. A play key role at the Real Madrid. Not attack it. Now it was so clear. Says Real Madrid defended very well. Rema the 4 bit my creative because almost our quality no so bit my last season Barcelona by Rema the fee ebe share the 4 adia ba kwa non comfort edi furu Rema the pano sesi na offside me kai pass how much the Rema the your offside ba ko 12 and now unim say Rema the 4 your offside 5 pe e try adia ba ko say Rema the 4 practicing on how on be running from deep and no kai Saturday me ka send be from Mbappe who try say we improve how running from deep and to check it. Sao go nimpo cross say no. Sao ball now Jude Bellingham the man no. Na Barcelona line dey na problem be any ho. Uye any player be anu who how be fa so arania obey offside. Because na Barcelona hye so mo highlight ni. Players ni na no omo close by a how a pass ne koi any run now in Mbappe here you know and the man ko share good so clearly from a tactical standpoint kid na Real Madrid say better individually nkofo say na nka wasa Real Madrid for 3 e 4 metiasie e understandable because Madrid created a lot of chances by Barcelona entire setup no one player prevented Real Madrid for say omunse goals bebre no was Chesney Matese nkofo kan na Madrid for anse goals bebre but obi a refi say Barcelona goalkeeper Chesney and making 9 saves. And in as much as me agree say na nka wasa Real Madrid say more goals no Barcelona goalkeeper ni saves or here on the day okay you give player no credit goalkeeper no credit including saving penalty maybe Mbappe and Boniye but goalkeeper no one major reason why Barcelona consider a lot of goals in terms of individual performance Real Madrid a lot of players are normal performance no also say in Barcelona one Militao after AC okay Juventus, Barcelona, big games by Militao performance, or sweep or the calmness, leadership, or bought as a security wedge, or show me to say Alvaro Carreras, ne battle with Lamine Yamal, excellent on the day, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe perform, or goals no, Jude Bellingham performance, excellent. So in terms of individual materials, 19 seconds, now Real Madrid force hours through. So can you now boma about statistics, metrics, numbers, na Madrid deserve. Tactics, na Real Madrid and an individual performance. Na Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid they deserve. Arsenal one against Crystal Palace. Very good and important victory for Arsenal. Most especially say, main competitors air drop points. Man City air drop it, Chelsea drop points, then Liverpool drop points. So now a fine opportunity for Arsenal. Say on beat me actually league no many three maximum points. So a important victory for Arsenal. By Ken, me too say a better Ezri go make a difference. But there's one player on Arsenal team now, I think I was see a acknowledged player. Zubimendi. So one check game maybe all the numbers by Juma by Ken Zubimendi no. Or weakness. And yet on 100% perfect. But dear Bako was Zubimendi when he say time be no make sure say the structure of Arsenal intact. Me check game no. Obi to say your carries any better check is it me drop low. Obi any anymore. And to make us offensive third almost structure now weak. And however would be when they say or Rania Kobas number 9 just to maintain the structure of Arsenal team no. I think say Arsenal 13 here big trophy. Born no more born they deserve a trophy. Medimanu win Manchester win against Brighton. Adia bakwa me niaje ediama Manchester no. Omo line up no de kobo Liverpool no. O make just 2 changes and umpo kra no na injuries. Okay. So unya consistent first 11 na e the familiarity ba. Ken yeti ha ye adwuma cha. Unim obia baby obia tosin baby obia hoden wo yeti ye ho ase enti se unya consistent first level na e the familiarity the understanding ba enti se Manchester United against Brighton many more no embuama eshegu Sesko ya assist ana kunye eshegu I think say Manchester wa share Sunderland wa share Liverpool wa share Brighton se otimi to aso sen ya supporters ne be share ase trust team a good results for Manchester good results for Manchester. Omunya Buche kakra. Good results for Manchester.
Said your form is your ban boom. Boom is this lady, imagine it. Chances. Born 20 months and cry.
Camera say na mama stumendo don chenka kransa ma Madrid ne Barcelona game you know you see Chelsea ne Sunderland no meaning say a lot of people are disappointed among for afaya Mariska ye pa but you see and common I want to say seems to be to say Sunderland and Brentford omun possessable. Their major assets are long balls and set pieces. Now, Chelsea had trained a day before against Sunderland. Said, "Omu training long balls, omu training throw-ins, set pieces."
Chelsea
only.
I know what's on the show.
Exactly. I don't know man come on here. Now me no me can't be about copy the
Premier League, I time. Hey. Premier League. I did not bet my affair.
Maybe anywhere by Yafa.
Since you're born, no one was center circle, granny try. No, be a good now after tower too.
Now, one who dear Coyote any year Liverpool, and
also in two.
Oh, can I tell when you Coyote Liverpool, dear Nama? Coyote, Now no ball.
Premier League pa na omo bonus.
Since last year, Brentford for throw-ins and Kwama throwing goals and 8.
That is baby ojina ne ehunu.
Hwɛ.
So obi nya ball kra ha
Oh, Brentford for nya free kick. Sorry, omunya throwing pet. Na supporters ne nyaji. It is said here omunya penalty. Inti Brentford for no more bar. Throwing bar bia for say a penalty. Now watch this. Kind the number of Liverpool players I want penalty box anymore. All their players, every single Liverpool player, a defender, 4 minutes to play. When the Liverpool game, and I saw to say, on Mr. Brentford for one day, a long balls, and he said, any throw is. Into no most why a wage 4 minutes per. Into Liverpool, Nimsano, and other the players in a go post, and he would say, ye defender yet again, they consider the goal. And a man come on, and I may say, they Miss Rene say, clubs and can say, no, be added who be jumbi. Wouldn't you see? Liverpool 4 per go ashe. On the 82nd minute, now Anna Slot, Ama Gomez, your friend say, Joe Gomez, Abba game, and you will be no about the influence vets at the free. Can you imagine?
Over
too true. Can't for me call 99th minute, Shadia. Liverpool ni.
Almost two.
Liverpool. Now I found who in Jimwa. What do you mean found who in Jimwa? Liverpool. And a slaughter why you complaints where he midfield they film the defender but say Joe Gomez and two throw. I said yeah. They can corner. Now we still Chelsea, you know. They may ya pie second go. I make us some time for vilify Mariska. But the context around they say Sunderland for the ball long boss. It's on the 75th minute, and our coach, the Sunderland coach, he almost striker Isudo Frimu, and on the Brian Brobe by because they were going to go long balls. They are sitting deep, allow Chelsea to come, they go long. It's about Brian Brobe by no coach no slow say Brian Brobe also on say no coach but the more do. Or Bebe Pim Jose Champion. So, the money just a champion. I'm not justifying it, but I'm giving you the reasoning behind it to say Sunderland have taken off their striker and brought on board Brian Brobe into Osuro. Say Brian Brobe they are one day in basis Aquadano. And on the tossing at Arabia you babe. Because the whole plan of Sunderland was to go long. It's tossing the himself tossing a bar. Anya biano only one day cran afen ofi bench aba on na one day be pimpim only for tossing to disappoint the coach. Ah ya ball long ball omu mienu defenders ni gina hɔ saa ma saa de ni sie anyway ya ka ya class equal asɛm ken they tell say classic on wo ken me I've always said it to say who are talents. Now say if you do not work on the picture, talent no some name fast. In terms of individual talents, no ball. Say a talent in common. In last year, can you say Barcelona share Real Madrid 4 in all the games? Say last 4 games no share 4. Can you say that? Say a talent near the baller. Because last year, Real Madrid were not working. Yes, started La Liga, nana, ye bought Clasico games. Yes, started your outing with Madrid 4 press, pa, na ateko, na fe omo nanti park na so. Inti, you might have the talent, one for attitude, one for jumaden and kawa sebi, a so nim faso. And now, what I was happy about the attitude of Real Madrid players off the ball. Now me catch on weekend and say, "Adia bakwa ama Madrid game na aya fairness and I'm saying, omo press ye coordinated pressing." Now, me more one example. We shall here. Madrid for a press Barcelona. Emma Barcelona afi edumre no mu echno mu. Omo kwa shots are emfa. Omo kwa long emfa. Let me give you one example. Barcelona na ekuta possession. Pau Kubasi no, Kylian Mbappe jina no so. Eric Garcia, Ada Gule, enso ejina no so. Afe Alejandro Baldi, Camavinga ejina no so. Woko Juice Kundia, Vinicius Junior ejina no so. Pedri, Omama Jude Bellingham ejina Pedri so. Frankie de Jong, Aurelien Chouameni ejina omo so. Inti, I have 6v6. Barcelona 4 center backs. and that's a 4 defenders plus over 2 pivots, you know, 6 players. And Real Madrid this 6 players, also into Obia 1-1-1-1 man-to-man marking. Now, Unim, the reason why this is important, and I say, my Barcelona pass the ball from the back. But say a 1v1, Barcelona will advantage because Barcelona about 4-2-3-1. It's Femi Lopez will have one advantage because ono kwa na beka no e wo fifi. Now, Femi Lopez no Sabasa locating wa 10 over AC Real Madrid, they are in danger. So quickly, Jabi Alonso instruct Dean House and say, free center backs now go and follow Femi Lopez so that the entire pitch ebe 1-1 man-to-man marking. It's also television as well. Real Madrid are press high pa. The almost box in the Dean House and Femi Lopez. He's following him. This is proper pressing. Last season, Adiwe mehu ewa Real Madrid team ni say proper pressing pa mo ye. Mami more the second example of how Real Madrid for press so. Second example. Another one. Pau Kubasi, he has been forced to go back because Ada Goulet air pressing. And Kylian Mbappe and so air press Eric sent to Oko goalkeeper because so cast on the body air fan Fifi. Frankie de Jong ni Pedri. They are being man marked by Camavinga and Aurelien Tchouameni. And Femi Lopez no so Dean House send me see catch no. Ne Jumane say yeah press here. Follow Femi Lopez and the Dean Housen. Every center back will follow no, so that Barcelona cannot pass the ball from the back. Third example. Third example. Another one. Barcelona 4 person will press it ball no from the back. Yet again, there are 2 pivots, Frankie de Jong and Pedri. This time around, Tchouameni ejina Pedri so Camavinga also so Frankie de Jong so. And Femi Lopez at DBL person at the home bench ball no. Dean Housen is being instructed to follow him. I'm saying 3 examples every single time Dean Housen follows Femi Lopez. Now off the ball no ye omumienu say bonu kutawa either you are pressing or you are sitting low. And no na obetinya can say rest defense no. Say your defense is in a rest mode. If you watch this, say Real Madrid air press ya. Obia otaki Femi Lopez. Dean Housen. But what the mijo yase. But Real Madrid in a rest mode. Tchouameni and attack Femi Lopez. But what yase. It's what an example na media man. This is Tchouameni marking Femi Lopez. In the money so that you don't get confused. Off the ball, Real Madrid enkuta baller. In the money Bakuna says press ya. It is the job of Dean Housen to follow Femi Lopez. Name if we are not pressing it is the job of Tchouameni to also mark Femi Lopez. Ni say Femi Lopez say Real Madrid are in the rest mode. They biano obeso be any hobby. I think say purely the decision of the coach to man-mark Barcelona. Now, Adia Bakwa last season, now Barcelona and Madrid in and Madrid for Now watch Barcelona for so. Now me they be am no din come me catch out say time will be and will be something I will tell you say the problem with Barcelona this season and Inigo Martinez bebreo. I understand say Inigo or direct fine. But the biggest problem Barcelona for front reno omunye jumani ye say Inigo Martinez and na in Kobe Brett said the boys ne breno. Because Ejuma have finya last season. And you been a Marcus Rashford more off the ball. CMA, ball na you. Either you are on and off the ball. Rashford on the ball or ball. Name him off the ball. At Seko. Onye Jumani ye. Lami Yamal and ne on the ball or ball off the ball. At Seko. Inti sending a Barcelona for so a press ya. No more opponents chance. Emma Wintimi more ball. I feel they don't do that. One example, 7th minute inside the game. Yemonko baby yaw. Na diame mi jai and say, oh Barcelona, oh ball Tuesday against Olympiacos. Madrid ball Wednesday. Inti say yo popia. Obe brea. Then Real Madrid for. Meboa. 7th minute inside the game. Watch this. Barcelona for press no. Ejuma is a song we ni. Rashford Ejuma no say. They be over press Eda Militao. Na goalkeeper no so ekuta bola in any situation. Ferran Torres na be goalkeeper no so. Na afei Lamine Yamal enso press Dinhausen. Na 7th minute and the house ekuta ball. And Lamine Yamal aye late. And on the ball na diama Frank, and diama Adagule. On the ball na diama Adagule and Frankie de Jong aye late for the press. Oh, distance between Ada and Frankie de Jong. After no close to do. Now, it sounds about the baby Adagule when she just couldn't. Why confused? Oh, who say Uncle Presi Alvaro Carreras and also say Vinicius Junior Ewas on Saint Kanichi. Immediately this happens. Nature say, well, press now and you're coordinated. Because your right back is confused at this stage whether he should go or stay. Okay, maybe this is one example. Mami Sansoma Ubiu. Can't mama the other one. Share. Ball no Real Madrid for ball need from the back. And on the ball Edema Edabli Town. Send me say catch on. Rashford the Jumana say, Obe press similar town way. Rashford I elite. Me patcho share Tibu Kutwa inside then or then. Or direct military so Uncle Freddy Valverde ho. Okay. Share Dinhausen Ninsa Ayadane or direct military so Uncle Freddy Valverde ho. Why? Because right back Freddy Valverde no, there was so person Alejandro Balde. Why you late? So first of all, Rashford is late in person. Eda Militao and offer ball and over passable no Eddie Ama Freddy Valverde again. There was a so pressing Freddy Valverde, no. Alejandro Balde is late. It's unlike Real Madrid, they had success in their press. When would they a failure? Kitwebi, Shadia. Remember one example of how off the ball Barcelona lazy last season. No munye lazy, no munye juma pa. Go now. Eshe no. Minim so obia dream was Jude Bellingham and Mbappe so, but they can't when you go na mamia. Share the position of Ada Goulet. Neshe Vinicius Junior. Ada Goulet, Alpini Juice Kunde. Share the space of Vinny. Why never saw Marky Vinny? Hey, Lamine Yamal, where is he? But my last point and I say, Nyama ya bo Jabi Alonso abaso ni nyina. Unim say game no 2-2 a. Nka obi en bo Jabi Alonso abaso. Hwe, ma men ka sam chiro. There is a problem a Madrid fa so solve. Real Madrid against Getafe. Yeah be pon no. Getafe fo nya chance and combat nyama ball na draw. Me boa. Okay. Real Madrid versus Juventus. Lois Openda. Enya chance na nke ball na betinya draw. Me boa. Enra. Classico na course no. Kent ma miss a chance. Aden and Madrid the ball. Last minute Biano, they go to sleep. No opponents name chance. Because boy, the entire coach Rodrigo Goes back game and say, or feel say Vini, wabre, Rodrigo Goes should come and defend. Rodrigo na the ref no, and the juice con they cut in. Surpass no call and the juice con they controlling here, and now so the tip premier. And can game near 2-2. Obien no bebo Jabi Alonso abaso. It's my point. They say yes, Real Madrid are playing well. Name their last 3 games. Yeah, but Pombianoa team no call off. No more opponents a create goal scoring opportunity. Maybe they are lucky, but they were lucky against Getafe, they were lucky against Juventus, they have been lucky against Barcelona, but it cannot continue. Okay. They need to stay concentrated. So the referee never bang because why just couldn't nyani here. In case you might be alone, say you need say because one man for so. Well,
my big man, big.
Liverpool performance recently, I think say are there about a call for concern. Oshe Liverpool, the kind of quality Anomokita last season. Yebe rally him this season. Silence almost a year. And a 2 Nipa GDM say looking at the quality signings at Liverpool are any there. A highly possible somebody to be defended the Premier League title. But it looks like the nemesis of Liverpool. It's about back to hands Liverpool. Now I'm 24 Wakasabi. yɛsi dua nansi adi ewu no ntekuma nkɔtena se ntonko what it simply means and say president ɛwɔ hɔ nom sɛ guide yɛ nyinaa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ amfom so ɔmo di w'anim no yɛyɛ no nkɔnkɔfa hɔ na wo nso nkɔnkɔyɛ bi Liverpool since the 80s ntimi ngye the Premier League in defended that the last time a Liverpool league na defended no ɔgye ni 82 83 ɛna ɔgye 84 every one of them say Liverpool ntimi ngye league in defended that it is all your coach and slot no about Liverpool now you're fortunate o first season ntimi ngye league the second season the assessor wants so we say obetimi aye the obi ntimi ma in recent times because to win the Premier League Liverpool are there to win the Champions League Liverpool are there but again also so be stronko from others in the no man and I know and a matter of concern can you share Premier League national the first 5 matches now Liverpool get 15 points e will league ni team be a Liverpool share in the Premier League be a Liverpool team share no but for whatever reason you bought the last 4 matches e will Premier League ni no say see you bought 9 matches oh the last 4 matches in the Premier League Liverpool are losing in here we lose 2-1 to Crystal Palace we lose 2-1 to Chelsea we lose 2-1 to Manchester United and we lose 3-2 to Brentford Boboko and the Baba be see asema na guy na walk and so say it looks like said this is the chance for Arsenal Boboko time I season now first 5 matches that Liverpool are changing now we had an Arsenal this season the Parado one Arsenal na also compete Liverpool no mo league ni from them can at that time na first 5 matches of the season Arsenal took it at 10 points e will league ni mo na Arsenal draw baako and I will lose baako loss no was against Liverpool and the draw was against Manchester City it's almost more contenders will league ni mo and na Arsenal have dropped points against but from there the last 4 matches I have Premier League ni mo Arsenal also consistently ashe ni na it's last 4 na ya dey Liverpool on team no Arsenal on the other hand at 30 and Mrantie no and so watch the last 4 matches in the Premier League in all competitions in October busumi we Arsenal about 5 matches now Arsenal about watch ni na watch West Ham watch Fulham watch Atletico Madrid Boboko no almost everybody he has met busumi we mu Arsenal show bia it's the kind of form Arteta and the man and so picking up. It is not just about say any make from the Liverpool, but Liverpool form now all corner. Yeah advantage. And the amount Arsenal Boboko na. As I say coach friend say Anslot no can because people felt to say Anslot a Juma be last season no. It was as a result of a Juma na jeje club aya to ho. And I buy na obedi home. It is a sia. Ya boss season na wi ebinom ko what's that to be a baba be shemwa a fail and nipa baba be ha wo nsa no na ya hege won so betimi di ayamba Liverpool so if you disappoint you are confirming omo na omo wa adwene bi say e judging club adwuma na wa ya to na wo didi ho no and that is where it says so make sure so be defy all the odds na niema asasa bi ama no ken Chelsea and Sunderland first of all I remember Sunderland coach Abaso Regis Lebrin open one of the managers now man for about the cheaper even before the start of the Premier League and all count it was because of signings and not all year no two players be brave Sunderland from the lower division Ababa at the point that people were even comparing say Sunderland they just signed inside the chain Barcelona Boboko no almost spended the chain Barcelona now man for the Toto home just because people were surprised say I don't know two players be say spending close to 200 million just because of about the Premier League. But performance na papa ne dan this Asiano. Actually the intia na all those signings. Ye baba be footballer. You look at the strength of your opponent. Nipa na on na baba no he na hoden. No ahwe kwai of football. Now they respect a man's strength no. Now so one appear strategy obeti we neutralizing the strength no. No capitalize on that the apple results. Obi a wa Chelsea be anim. How are Chelsea build it up? Enti Kent mame first picture na yendi ho nkomo Chelsea Boboko ne ye build up omo build it up in the 3-1-6 attacking football et we benya 3 defenders e wa chiri honom 3 defenders in the game against Sunderland na Reece James Josh Champo and Trevor Chalobah na ni mu honom no Caicedo agina honom on the vegetable no distribution in the ama nipa 6 no more attacking line no. It will have picture na that screen so clearly this is how Chelsea builds up. Sunderland coach ni hu sa ade no. Se Chelsea benya numbers bebre o me half for dia. Then na me so ma ya metimi dia stop Chelsea boboko no. Ono so decided to obebo 5-4-1 formation. 5 players at the back. 5 players anytime there is pressure on Sunderland. Chelsea ajebo no dey attack biano. Obenya players omo draw back from the midfield. Either say Noah Sadiki and I say Granit Xhaka. These two defensive midfielders ebe call machi. No one can support the defenders. It will have 7 numbers. I will actually one of them. I'm for Barca'S Chelsea. Obenya 6 players at the back. Now ye pepe. No team has stop Chelsea. Apart from Ojimbo now quickly say our transition no akon anymore. Apart from the 5-4-1 now Obono. The transitions and also so build up no. It's a sa. Ebe than the 5-2-3. Leave your midfielder. Our cap midfielders ne hono. Eko ko join the attack. Oko join wo se ni sido. E wo animu honom. Na Bertrand Traore so akwa join it. No more 3 players up front. No more they are attacking. It is our shape no. Any style no. Our coach decided to the bubble ball no. It affected the performance at Chelsea better because on how Chelsea see ball and on map a strategy or the best stop Chelsea ball no. Na niema fa dia mano. It when they are building the attack, this is the shape. 5-4-1 necessary. Now better than the 5-2-3 attacking football from Sunderland FM. Papa yes I no neutralize the strength of the Chelsea team. Now we will capitalize it on with a unknown performance. Yeah, one abaso, especially looking at substitution or yeah. Can substitution or in the second half and only they win nearby, which is Sunderland second goal. Players 2 and a bam. Brian Bobby and the Champion Taubi. Omumi no link up. And the second goal the bread. Sunderland Bobo. On the part of Chelsea, the incident the player bought Enzo Maresca Tirito. Obi changes the results say bano. Enzo Maresca for the first time this season, the changes need weaken the Chelsea team. Mejitum said Trevor Chalobah this season. Throughout the season, on the Chelsea best central defender. But this game against Sunderland, you hear Bibiano. Joshua Champion was a better central defender than Chalobah. It is obey changing part. Now me wouldn't say Josh and a so film. It will be the best central defender film. Now you will be back. No be a mistake. Emmanuel resulted in a match winner for the opponent. Who do you want us to blame? It is the coach. Aside so we put team obesity deep or be low blocker. Adia bakwa on here players are on good dribblers. Who William Estivayo our bench. Akwadana prove beyond reasonable doubt. So only cheche. Omo defending no. Obekimi Kitabo on they draw players out of their defensive line. You kept him on the bench. One finance starting game no. If you are be a Sunderland Barca or Baba Behibiano, coaching decisions will take here. The selection prior to the match and then the substitution in the game. And a play advantage and the opponent. And at the end of the day, a who coaching a baby and it is going to be nobody else.
Okay.
It's for me. Yes, remember Sunderland coach and about to Regis Lebri has done extremely well. Look at the mistake over here. Taking out your best central defender. Now do you know them?
Besiaba, because I never between Communica and Sonia Camona. Can't ancestor. You will see you or the